Okay. What is happening? Why are things broken? Why? Why for? Why are technology like this? Why is it like this? Someone explain it to me using small words. Is Rumble working? Can y'all see Rumble? I mean, can you see the loading screen in Rumble? The starting soon screen, that is. And not just the thumbnail. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. Just Rumble misbehaving. You cannot see it, Retro. Yes, says Guts. Alright, well you can see it on Twitch. The question is, what the heck is going on with Rumble? Yes, says Mel. Oh, okay, well, I don't know. Alright. I'm glad you could see it. I can't change my quality? Yeah, this is weird. This is a first. This is a first. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with this information. Kind of freaking me out a little bit. I don't see it. Now, have you tried refreshing? Because I have, and it didn't work. So, I'm just curious. Why like this? What is happening? Where are you? I don't see it. Yes, you have refreshed it. Oh, hello. Greetings. Salutations all. It's good to see you. How the devil are we? Man, stuff has things. Let me turn that off. Let me mess with it over there. Oh, wait. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know, my visual, my dashboard is not reflecting the current state of things. It's not. So I don't know. Anyways, greetings, salutations, all very good to see you. And those weekends you find you doing all right? We're doing okay. Are we out there breathing? Are we still breathing our way on this side of the daisies? If not, tell me. Type it in your odd circumstance. Grave? Christmas? I don't know. Hi Mel, very good to see you. Guts is indeed here. Hi Dragon baby. Hello. A disappointment back. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hang on. Guts on the list. On the list of disappointment. I got you, fam. I got you. Clackety. A clack. Okay, blinker fluid. What is it? Hydrate. Yeah, I don't know. Fire not. You probably just did it too fast. It probably just took a second, Guts. I don't know. I assume it was that you were just right there, ready to go, and it just took a hot second. That's my guess. So the first one you put in was there at the right time. The other one was there a millisecond too early. That's my guess. That's my money. I don't know you. That's my bars. You get it. And if you get it, you get it. All right. Good thing. Good thing we have an eye drop content towel. Ridiculous. Falling apart, I tells you. Okay. Let me catch up. I'm behind. Dragon baby, how the heck is your jaw? I don't know if that's like... You don't have to answer to me. And all the rest of you out there, like, I am always on the line of, like, I know very often some things that are happening in y'all's lives, right? I get to do life with you guys. But I don't know what all you're comfortable about me asking about in this medium. So I'm always hesitant. I'm always like, So I could just ask, how are you? You know, but also like specific care. You see my problem? You see my hang up? You see my dilemma? So anyways, I'm sorry if that's like not a public thing, but how are you, Dragon? Maybe I hope you're well. Oh my gosh. We actually did a really good job with the eye drop content. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty fast. I'm feeling pretty fly about that. Pretty fly about that indeed. We did it. Happy about that. Okay, scroll bar then. Retro, hello Retro, good to see you. Fox, I appreciate the lurk, madame. You actual sweetheart. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Hi and Rumble Retro. Hi and Rumble Retro. Hi and Rumble Retro Rumble. Wait, old school Rumble, not the new one? Yeah. I see when you change the way. And your body. What is happening? What? Cat Go! How you doing, Cat? It's good to see you. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it so stinking much. You gem. Thank you. Means an awful lot. Mel got hacks. That's true, Retro. That's true. She's got an in. Doc! Hello, Doc. Good to see you. Speaking of people with ins, he's got letters after his name. That lets him advise heads of state. It's the law. It's the law. So, yeah, it's good to see you, my friend. Thank you for calling out, Doc. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Very good. Very good. Indeed, I'm going to call it retro. That's not how you spell that. Okay, listen. I'm like, am I having a stroke? Because my typing has not been very good today. Now, maybe it's because my keyboard is in a weird spot, you know, and I'm trying to do things at weird angles, but I don't know. Odd. An odd day for typing, I gotta say. I'm sitting over here like, are we okay? Are we all right? You find receipts in your books. I find boarding passes and old event tickets. Oh, yeah, that's my purse? That's right. Yeah, no, I got receipts in my books. I have receipts from special events. For any of you who don't know, I crack open a book, and the odds that there is a bookmark in the book of, like, where I got the book, or a meal that I got with the hot bride, the day we got the book, or whatever. Yeah, I have, like, receipts in my books. So I'm like, oh, when was the last time I cracked open this book? And I can, like, find the answer because the receipt inside is like, oh my gosh, that's the place we went to for the fish and chips. And that one, oh my, well, so yeah. That's what she said. Boarding passes, that's fun. Boarding passes make for good bookmarks. Depends on the size of the book, of course, but yeah, not a bad one. Retro has a command. It's true. Retro do have a command, fucks. It's true. He do be one of the folks making it rain around here, making it possible to do all that we do is true. All them capos out there, all them capos got commands. Is true. Is true. I hope your stream's going well, Fox. Something about Monster Hunter stories, you guys. I don't know what she's always doing something over there, being fashionable while she's doing it. She's over there like, what about this purple with this red? And I'm like, she's got an eye for it. She's got an eye. She's a fashionista and an artiste. She's an eye for art. Not me. Not me. I'm like, if it fits, I sits. So, Ahmed. Good to see you, Ahmed. Welcome in, brother. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, sir. I hope that you're well. Kodo! Go as far as you think is necessary. Gang, Kodo was here for that early goop. Kodo was here for that goop. Hanging out early like early bird gets that goop. Good to see you, Kodo. Welcome on in. And a pleasure to have you over here in this stream, too. Thank you for welcoming me over in the other one. That's right. I was early lurking because I remembered. He said Thursdays and Saturdays. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to be busy absolutely all day, and I can't afford to miss it, so I just pulled up a early lurk. It's simple. That's what I do for a bunch of folks. Yesterday was a day of, recording, editing. It's all day. So, very busy day. I apologize. That means that I got to know correspondences 0. It was, I think, 12 hours of recording, editing, file management, and renders. And paying invoices. Cash flow stuff. So, yeah. And then today was writing all day, so... And then tomorrow, of course, is our Just Chatting stream in the morning. Second week we will have ever done this. That's kind of neat. We got a Just Chatting stream tomorrow morning. 10 a.m. Pacific time. 10 a.m. Pacific time. Only 90 minutes, so you got to make sure you're locked in. And then that's when I get to chat with you guys about whatever's on your mind. And then I've got CNR after. And then I've got another stream after and another busy day. So I am really hopeful that I can get to DMs sometime this weekend. We'll see. But also, this is why I'm going to keep telling you guys, if you've got something that's like a logistics question or something about the mafia or getting plugged into something, please do reach out to one of the consulente. We can spread load this amongst others who are competent and know things and have agreed to help me do that sort of thing, because I am not capable of getting back to you guys in a timely fashion with my current schedule. It is just not possible. So I'll get back to you, just not in a timely fashion. And so I am certain that there are people out there who are sharing personal matters, things that are important to you, that are going on in your world, and I have not seen your messages. I'm running this thing as well as I'm able, but that is a huge amount of hours, you guys. So my DMs are piling, mountain of them. I cannot encourage strongly enough getting plugged into something like a CNR. A regular group of people with whom you can correspond about the stuff going on in your life. I am a deadbeat friend in this regard. I am trying to keep this thing going, you guys, is two people's full-time job. So I'm only one person, so it's tough. I'm only the one person. So I'm trying, you guys. I'm trying. Already called him out. Well, I called him out again. Mel, thank you for calling him out. I appreciate it very much. But go you. Thank you. Hi, Liz. Hi, everybody. Hi, Liz. Good to see you. Hello, welcome. Welcome, Dan. Finally got my third device going so I can lurk Twitch. YouTube's in the musty grave. Dang, that's crazy. She said musty. Musty's fun. Thank you, Mel. I appreciate it. I appreciate the lurks. All of you guys who are pulling up extra tabs in all the heckin' places means an awful heckin' lot. Aim to earn it. Aim to earn that vote of confidence. Yes, I do. Yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. But I'm going to very quickly... Wait, what? Still unclear where I agreed. I continue my request for someone to please send pizza to the dungeon in the basement. That's right. So I'm going to, very quickly, if you will all indulge me, I hope you will, I'm going to chair stream myself, because I did not get to bid the hot bride fare thee wells before stream, because I was absolutely scrambling to get things pushed on time and into the right places and all that jazz. So I am going to go give smooches. And so I'm chair streaming myself. I'll be back in but a moment. I just leave you in the hopefully capable arms of Chair. We'll pour something nice, and then we'll get into an actual proper talk tonight. If I can properly talk tonight. We'll see about that. We will yet see about that. So, yeah, I hope you'll humor me. Now's a good time to grab yourself some anti-tilt, so that way when I come back and I inevitably ask you what it is you are partaking of, you've got an answer, even if it's just good old H2O. See what we did there? British water. British water. All right, we'll be right back. Hello, we back. That's stuff. That's things. You made it. Do you guys have drink in hand? That's good. I'm gonna be joining you in that with drink in hand. I meant to disable this. Hang on. We turn that off. We get rid of that. And that, and that, and that, and that. Golly. Okay. All the notifications. All of the notifications, gang. They go to my phone. British water from the Thames. From the Thames. That's right. It's British bottle of water, isn't it? That's right. That's the one. That's right. Where's Dolly when you need her? With her bottle of water. Where is she? Dolly, I miss thee. I mean, hopefully she's asleep because she's got a young kid running around and she's on the other side of the world and it's the middle of the night. So hopefully she's sleeping. That goes for the rest of you that it's like 3 a.m. 4. 3 a.m. or 4. 4. Yeah, we did it. Thank you for all you do, guys. I'm just doing my best, Kodo. I appreciate having you. I appreciate having you very much. And speaking of appreciation, I would be remiss if I didn't thank the people who make all this possible, you guys. All the lovely lot out there. All of you fabulous humans. Means an awful heckin' lot. An awful heckin' lot. All the people who are supporting this project, whether it's Rumble, Coffee, Patreon. Thank you to all of you who have kept the wheels on this thing going round. I get to make any sort of impact, any sort of positive impact can be traced right back to you guys. So thanks in particular to the public patrons. These are the folks who have taken their support to the next level. That'd be Aki, Dano, Duckling, Leanne, Goose, Kira, Abby, Tink, Helly, May, Karma, Pre, Retro, Rick, Ryan, Mouse, Trosky, Pell, CJ number 1, and Zin. Thank you all. It means an awful heckin' lot. An awful heckin' lot. And for all of you who are sending pizza to Mel. Oy. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Yeah, tonight is going to be a proper talk, you guys. Tonight is going to be... Tonight's going to be an interesting one. I am excited to get into some material. It will be familiar to a lot of you who know your way around the Mafia. This is not a string of thought that I have strung together before. So I get to, I get to piece together a bunch of little itty bitty bits, things, ideas, notions of mine on first steps in this humaning game that we are here embarked upon. She says, dang. I'm glad Gus UDP is still working. UDP indeed. I don't know what that means. Something protocol, you guys. It's a something protocol. It's technology talk. Listen. No, we approve. We approve of that. We approve the chair stream. Okay, I'm glad. Stream elements have a problem with the Hype Bride shout out. Foxy? Oh, wait, stream elements? It didn't get censored on my end. Did it get censored on Twitch? Does it get censored on Twitch? No. It didn't get censored on my end. It's just your end. That's hilarious. You must have higher censorship settings than I do, madame. You must have higher ones. Oh, I forgot I still had coffee. Oh, crap. Loud as hell. I'm loud as hell. And I forgot I still had coffee. Sorry. It's freaking delicious stuff. Tell you what, we'll get to the whiskey when I'm done with the coffee. I meant to put that away. I meant to save that. All right, well, I don't know. User datagram protocol. You watch your profanity? Unbelievable. Who even? Ah, crazy said that thing. Take my test on March 27. It's coming up, baby. Congratulations. 2 weeks from today. I'm excited for you, sir. I'm excited for you. You're going to do great. You're going to do great. I'm glad you got it locked in. It's very good. Very good. 10-day-old coffee. No. It's only 2-day-old coffee. Reinstalled Twitch on the tablet. Oh, might have defaulted. Oh. Is there a cowbell? In fact, it is a it is an ice sphere. I don't remember when exactly I bought these. It must have been absolute ages ago, though. Like, probably one of my first, like, purchases living on my own sort of stuff. Where we were living. Yeah, it was my condo. Yeah, it was this condo that I was renting, that I was subletting out or into. And it didn't have an ice maker. And it's like, all right, I gotta get ice trays. There were no ice trays. And so I was like, you know, if I have to deal with ice trays, I'm gonna get fun ice trays. And so I got a bunch of fun ice cube tray things. And one of them is a Death Star. So it's a silicone sphere that's refillable. And you can get ice Death Stars. And so there's one of those rolling around in here. It has shrunk down a little bit, but not too much. Not too much. Because it's a thermos, so it stays cold and it doesn't melt. So this little Death Star stays in there all heckin' day long. So yeah, there's a little Death Star in there, making a bunch of little rattly sounds. So it's gonna probably splash me at some point, which I hate. I'm salty about that. Preemptively salty. I don't know. Mama Bear, how you doing, Mama Bear? Oh, super good to see you. I hope that you're well. I hope that Weekend's Eve finds you well, madame. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Roof, you are alive. Roof, every single time I see you, I'm like, Roof still lives. Good, good. Always good to hear from you for two reasons. One, I like you. Two, means that the sun rises tomorrow, you guys, because Roof lives in the future. So yes, very good to see you, Roof. Wait, isn't it the middle of the night? No, morning. It's morning time. It's good to see you. Good. No, it is the middle of the night. Or no, it's really early. Whatever. It's good to see you, Roof. Dang, unbelievable. Oh my God. Looking sharp as always. Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you. I decided to go for the two-piece tonight because it's toasty. Toasty. I don't know how toasty it is down in your neck of the woods, sir, but probably very. Because it is warm. It's friggin' warm here. And I didn't sign off on this. I don't approve. Next week's gonna be even worse. It's gonna be worse. But for now, yeah, I'm like, we're going light here. We're going light. As we're done. Good to see you, my dude. I hope your stream went well. I trust it went well. I don't know. I hope it was. I don't know where I ended up. I'm like, oh, stranger danger, gross. And I deleted the internet from my computer. Because stranger danger. He offered me something about puppies and a van, and I'm like, nope. I know where this goes now. No, I saw the public service trainings when I was in school, right there alongside Dare. Right there alongside magical 2-day-old ice. That's right. Hey, in this thermos, that wouldn't surprise me at all, Kodo. Not even a little bit. Now the coffee is from 2 days ago, but I've been working on it. Hot Bride made me a very fun coffee. And so I'm nursing it because it's really fun. So, yeah. Apex pack is on cooldown, Retro. It is on cooldown. The disappointment pack, yeah. That got snapped up right quick from Guts. Right quick, indeed. Amazing. Okay, we got a little Death Star. I'm glad you like. It is the middle of the night. I knew it. You pulled stream earlier, so I don't ever get to see you now. That's why we stream in the mornings on Saturday now, Roof. Tomorrow. So I will be live in 17 hours from now. Is that right? Yeah. 16 and a half hours from now. Is that right? 12 hours would bring us to, and then plus the yeah, 16 and a half hours from right now, I will be going live again. That is precisely, we started this last week, precisely so that I can see all of you guys on the other side of the puddle, like a little more reasonably, without you guys being in the middle of the night. So yes, that's what's going on. That's tomorrow I get to see you guys and catch up. So hope to see you guys all on the morrow. I have not gotten rid of my Saturday night stream, incidentally. It's still there. So we're doing a Just Chatting for only 90 minutes in the morning. Then I've got Cosa Nostra Rendezvous after. And then I've got an evening stream, which I'll be playing Minecraft tomorrow. And thanks to Skittles and some troubleshooting and stuff that we did yesterday, some bumbling, we have the Minecraft server updated. It is not the latest version, and that's because some of our plugins and stuff are not all the way up to speed on the latest 0.11 update, so we are on the 0.8, 1.21.8, I believe. So we updated the server, Now there's some new stuff. I don't know. I still don't know my way around the vanilla stuff. So when someone's like, Rocky Road, I'm like, what even are you doing with marshmallows and ice cream? And rant. So yeah, I'm gonna be playing Minecraft tomorrow night. That's Minecraft, mind you, not Vinecraft. Don't get it twisted. It's hashtag BYOC. Bring your own craft. So I'm going to be doing that. Yes. So it's just chatting in the morning, and then Minecraft, not Vinecraft, in the evening at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And then the next stream after that will be Tuesday in it, where we'll be playing Ape Legs. And that's an exciting thing. You know why? Because one, low stakes, am I right? Because I had enough of that. Thank you very much. But also, it means I get to play with some of you, lovely lot. Yes, very good in a low stakes environment. Pretty cool. I've got a pretty cool squad lined up for Tuesday in it. A pretty cool squad indeed. That's terribly exciting. Terribly exciting! But also, it was a really good pleasure to get to see so many of you for the CNRs on Wednesdays. That is a treat. If you guys are not yet plugged into the CNRs, this is basically last call. At this point, it would be like all we can do to squeeze you into one of the remaining slots, which we can. It's not the end of the world if you want to get signed up. Now is the time. Last call this week, before this upcoming Wednesday, basically. If you want to, you watch the video, you punch in exclamation point, save the world, watch that video, learn what the heck this is about, what we're trying to do here, what the goal is, what the spirit of this is, what we're after with saving the world, and then DM either me or the Consulente. The Consulente is a better bet, as I mentioned earlier about my DMs being overflowing. So reached out to one of the DMs about getting plugged in. There are very few time slots available, but this is sort of last call. We're like in our orientation weeks still. But after that, off we go. The next chance to sign up won't be, that term doesn't kick off till September, first week of September. So we've got a couple other Mafia events, more public ones between now and then, but that one doesn't kick off till then. So now's your chance. Get plugged in. Gonna be talking more about humaning and stuff tonight because I know you're shocked. Gus talking about humaning? That's crazy. He never talks about that. I know. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. So yeah, that's what's going on. It was really good. Really good. Wednesday was a really swell day, and I really enjoyed it. It was a really valuable day for me. I hope that it was a really valuable day for everybody who was in attendance for their cruise. It was a powerful day. It was a powerful day. To talk about some important stuff and ask some tough questions. It was a good one, and I think we all kind of got a little bit of a crash course on who we're all dealing with, you know, who all we're doing life alongside. All right, coffee is gone. We did it. Look at us. I'm going to be pouring something special. I'm going to be back to the Ardnaho, the inaugural, and the Scarabus, because that sounds freaking great. So when Biscuit shows up and says, hey, where's our peated... Right here, both of them. Right here. The answer right here. There it is, Biscuit. There, we're going back for our PD, baby. It's going to be very good, and I'm freaking excited. Oh, I'm so excited. Super heckin' excited. And then, speaking of fabulous humans, it's good to see you, sir. Welcome on in. I hope your streams have been going well, my fine fellow. Good to see you. There's the candy van. That's the one. The candy van can. It's the one, Kodo. That's the one. Last Saturday morning was so much fun. Oh, yeah, the Just Chatting was pretty fun. It was a good time. Really. I tend to be busy. No on Saturdays. No promises. Boo! I'm sorry. Except that's late Saturday nights, yeah? Be late Saturday nights. We might make something happen. Well, all right, Red. All right, Roof. I'm grateful to see you now. I'm grateful to see you under any circumstances. It's a privilege. It's a privilege. Not her craft. No, it's not her craft. It's Minecraft. Yeah. Dinecraft? No. 999. Dinecraft. Minecraft. Yeah, but Minecraft. It's a German joke, you guys. Dine, it means it's German. Roof, I got you. Ape Leg sounds like an interesting game. That's right. We are going to be dealing with the lower extremities of chimps. It's true. Wish I could join For Apex, yep, I've got locked in some fine folk that I don't often get to play with, so it's been a long time since I got to play, so I'm really looking forward to it, no matter what. Thank you for dropping links, you guys. I appreciate it, Mel. Retro, thank you guys for dropping all the links, all the heckin' links. It's pretty freaking swell. Oh, and there's the disappointment pack. All right. Disappointment pack for Retro. Yeah, we're gonna have to open your guys' disappointment packs. We're gonna have to do it because there's a few. There's a few of them, I gotta say. Get locked in for Retro here. Got it. Got it. We got the clickety, a clack. You say last call, and all I'm hearing is closing. That's the one. That's the one. It's one last call for alcohol. We don't serve alcohol because I mean, we're all hella remote for the most part. So yeah, it'd be very difficult for me to offer alcohol in terms of like a physical like redemption sort of deal. But you know, bring it on. Unless you're like in the 10 a.m. crew or 9 a.m. crew, don't it's a little too early. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I went to a barber. I was just talking to Hot Bride about this. I have a barber that I used to go to in the before times when Hot Bride and I weren't yet cutting my hair and we weren't on bases or whatever. I had this barber that I love, and she would always like offer us beers. Like she was trying to be like a hip like thing, like hip place, and it was really cool. But it's like, do you want a beer or something? I'm like, it is 10 a.m. I do not want a beer. Like, barbershops aren't open in like the evenings, and hers wasn't. I mean, some are, you know what I mean? But like, it was like, do you want a beer? It's 9:30. No, I don't want a beer. I don't. That doesn't sound appealing at all. I get that you're trying to be hospitable and hip, and that's cool, but it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I want to go to bed. Snap to the grid. That's right. I am glad to have seen you, even just for a bit. Thank you, Roof. Thank you for letting me know you're still on this side of the daisies, my friend. A lot of fun on Wednesday. I'm glad you thought so, Zen. I'm glad you thought so. I was glad to have you there. Glad to have all of you guys wrestling with some big ideas. That's no small thing. I can't help but note that there are a lot of folks out there who do not think of the weightier things. So it says something about the caliber of human who does. Just saying. Just saying. Very tired, but good. Yeah, very tired. Same. Twinsies. Took your question, and the teacher put it as a check-in question for class, Gus. Huh? Took your question, and the teacher put it as a check-in question for class. Like, the prompt that we went through with the CNRs on Wednesday, your teacher, IRL teacher, took that and adopted it as part of the curriculum for the course. Cool. It's a good question. Yeah, the one you asked. Oh, okay. Cool. It's a great question, I gotta say. It's an important question. It's an important question. Like I said, we're all becoming what? Becoming what? So, yeah, we got much more to say about some important things tonight, you guys. But first, we got to get to good drink. Oh, Pep! Oh! Dude! Wait a minute. That's the guy who raided me. Oh! What are you, cop? It's good to see you, Pep. Welcome on. Welcome. Oh, wait, no, I have a drink update. Oh! Got me a bottle of Luxardo Apricot. Very nice liqueur. Very versatile. A Luxardo has anything other than a maraschino? I'm not gonna lie, I did not know that, Roof. That is news to me. I only have their maraschino liqueur, which everybody knows, of course. And you know, they're cherries, and they're cocktail cherries as well, but what? They have an apricot. I mean, I have a different apricot. But mine's the Driard apricot. Versatile, useful in a bunch of different mixed drinks, but that's God. Luxardo, pricey stuff. Luxardo is not cheap, you guys. Not cheap. Thank goodness most of the drinks you mix with it, you only need a touch, because a little goes a long way. It's just like friggin' chartreuse. That stuff is pricey as hell. Fortunately, you only need a little bit. A dabble, do ya? dabble, do you? But that's crazy. They have an espresso too? That place stopped getting, and now I'm sad I didn't get it. Luxardo. Seriously. I literally didn't know they made anything else. I never questioned it. I just sort of thought of them as, you know, like Drambuie. What does Drambuie make? Drambuie. What does Galliano make? Galliano. Chartreuse. You know, Benedictine. So that puzzles me. Today I learned. I appreciate the drink update. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Everything's going good. Hope the same for you and everyone here. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, my friend. I'm glad to hear it for you. Glad to hear it. I was going to ask you... No, too long a rabbit hole. I was going to be about the CSGO movement thing. And I'll ask you another time. Better do it. Squirrel! Hi, Squirrel! Speaking of fabulous humans, good to see you, sir. Welcome on in. Welcome. Made an apricot sidecar. Oh! Did you swap out the... Presumably you swapped out the brandy, the cognac. You swap out the cognac for an apricot? Interesting. Or did you do a split base? Herm. Did you also sugar the rim? I feel like that would come across too sweet then. It would be too sweet if you sugared it like a traditional sidecar. What are these words spoken? Kodo. I used to mix drinks on stream here. So I've got a big ass bar over here. I'm gonna have a floor to ceiling shelving unit with hundreds of bottles. So I've got all of the liquors that exist, basically, and so I can make most drinks. If someone was like, I would like this obscure thing, it's probably a perishable in it. A lot of, all sours, you know, you've got citrus and so forth in it. I don't like have a bunch of citrus on hand. So someone's like, make me a Hemingway. I don't have grapefruits lying around right now. Make me a friggin' zombie. I don't have pineapple juice lying around. There's a whole bunch of like perishables that I don't have rocking and rolling. But for everything else, like all like spirit forward Prohibition era cocktails and stuff, yeah, I can make that on the spot. So I have just a bunch of those things. Yeah, a bunch of them. Yeah. And if you guys are curious, the recipes for those that I have shared for drinks that I've made either on stream or for stream, they are in the Discord under the section called Pick Your Poison. If you can't see that section, go to the Browse Channels thing in the top left, make sure the checkbox is checked, because it is an age-restricted channel. So make sure you can see the recipes in there. It's broken down by category of drink. You've got like the milk punches in there, which I never did flesh out. But then there's cocktails, sours, etc. So you can go take a gander and see what there is. See if there's some good ones in there. Now, it's always fun for me to like learn about new drinks because I'm like, I have all of those ingredients. And then occasionally it's like, but do you have a, oh shoot, what was that one? It was like a liqueur, it was like, oh, I've got Lethologica, tip of my tongue. It's like these itty bitty little berries. These itty bitty little berries. And you can like substitute for it somewhat simply. God, I can picture them. Oh, it's driving me crazy. Whatever. It was super obscure, and I'm like, I am not gonna go out and buy some hard to find obscure currants. C-U-R-R-A-N-T. A currant liqueur. That's what it is. A currant. I actually don't know how to say it. Currants. So yeah, and I'm like, no, this one I'm gonna have to pass on. You can supplement that, like if you really want to. You could, like, I mean, you'd have to swap out like the liquor, but you could like use a slow gin for that. Use slow berries instead. You could use, I mean, there's a handful of other things. Anyways, okay, I'm getting off track here. It's unbelievable. Lurk, thank you for the lurk, Hars. I hope your stream went well today. I didn't even get to say hi, but I was there. You have my bandwidth. I love your face. Oh God, get some food. It's called surfing. Oh, surfing. Yeah, this is the movement thing. Yeah, so someone just built it in the source engine, and you have the knife out, so I assume it's like that's because that's the fastest you can move in anything that's got a, you know, movement-based thing in a shooter and all those sorts of games. But anyways, yeah, I'm like, what is this? So I assume someone built that as just like a side hustle, side game. So we're semi here, planning stuff out for tomorrow. Oh, how to get my duty clothes ready for tomorrow morning. Busy day. Busy day for you tomorrow. That's right. How long of a day is it, Pep? I don't know that I asked that question for the volunteering stuff. I assume that's what we're talking about. How long? Because it was like, yes, it's all these people and all these logistics, but it can't be very long of a day, right? The event itself has got to be somewhat short. So, I don't know. And also, again, I asked this earlier, I said this earlier, like, I know a bunch of people's, like, business of what they're doing in their world and what's going on with them, but I don't want to, like, I don't know what I can, like, chat about publicly and stuff, so I'm just going to be vague with, like, everybody out there, like, how you feeling? I hope you're feeling okay and you're feeling up to it. Are you all right? It's crazy. Triple set for apricot. Kept the base, swapped to the... Oh, you swapped it out for the... Oh, the triple sec. Interesting. Okay. So you got apricot instead of an orange. I've got like 4 different kinds of triple sec. And only 1 orange curacao. Yeah, only 1 well, I've got the blue curacao too. Okay, so I've got 2 curaçaos and like 4 triple secs. I inherited some triple secs, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these things. Triple sec. It's got less sugar than the curacao, in case anyone's wondering. Like, what's the difference? That's the one. That's exactly, Kodo. That's the face. Favorites are the ones that you can't taste the alcohol. Yeah. The ones that, the danger ones. Pomegranate, good guess. Juniper berry ones, guys. That's just gin. Gin flavored vodka is, or juniper berry infused vodka is gin. So that's where you get that from. You can get some really extra like botanical gins. Like you can get the oh hell, what the blazes is that one called? It's actually done by Bruichladi. They have a gin. It's a really cool bottle. I almost bought it just because the bottle is so cool. I actually almost bought from their distillery in Scotland, like their glassware and stuff. But it's like for their gin line. And I'm like, I think it's called like Apothecary or something like that. I don't know. And it was, no, it's not called Apothecary. I can't remember. But beautiful bottles, beautiful glassware, and all their like whiskey stuff kind of sucked. And I'm like, what do you guys do? What is that? I don't know, salty, but still salty. Very popular in Europe. A current event, that's the one, Roof. Yeah. Is it popular in Europe? In England? I didn't know that. I don't know. Easy way to explain it. Open book is the goal. Okay, for you. Kind of how I have to be when discussing my writing project in most Discord servers. Yep, I got you, Squirrel. I got you. Please do not mention my super secret intel mission. No one knows outside my crew. Bet. Just between you, me, the crew, and the internet. That's all. Only really use Cointreau. Okay. I don't use it that often. Lasts long enough. Yep. Have to tank the cost for the better flavor. Fair enough. Marie Brizard makes a really good curacao, actually. And it's really, really affordable. Marie Brizard is like one of the like bulk ones. There's a ton of them. They do all kinds. Marie Brizard makes a good priced curacao. You can get blue, you can get regular. I've experimented with a couple others, but yeah, Cointreau. I get it. I get tanking the cost. All right, rotating approximately 90 degrees along the Z-axis as we speak. Take care, Roof. Thank you again for being here. Gotta be at the firehouse at 6 a.m. to prepare the trucks, because they're pulling station 1 and 2 and 3 entirely out, doing a parade run, right? For him, right? I'll get done with that about 3-ish. Dude, what? Then meeting at 5. Okay. Home, shower, trim the face bush. 2 events back to back, 7 and 9. Busy day. I expected that the parade part, though, would be short. I didn't expect that to be like a many hours long thing. I guess I don't know what it takes to outfit a truck to get it ready to roll, though. That's all out of my wheelhouse. I've done stuff with law enforcement for forever, but I've done virtually nothing with fire departments. I've known a bunch of firefighters. I've drank with a bunch of firefighters. I've partied hardy with some firefighters, but never pulled hose duty. Never did any of that stuff. So I don't know. I just picture you just go over there and be like, all right, let's grab the truck. Let's go. Tend to like surfing if I'm in a meeting or something. Oh, keep my mind going. Oh, interesting. I got you, Zen. Okay. Intro time check. Thank you, Mel. It's true. I have been rambling for too long. The Just Chatting is tomorrow. Gosh. Okay. Hang on. We're going to go for the Ardnahoe first. We're going for the Ardnahoe inaugural pour, y'all. A little bit of bottle asthma here for you. You guys, let me know. Element number 1 of an ideal talk. We don't get to have cigar tonight, so we don't get to have number 2. But ideal talk. Element number 1, good drink. I'm going to be having the Ardnahoe inaugural batch. So, by all means, let me know in chat what it is you are partaking of for element number 1. It needn't be alcoholic. If it is, let me know what it is you're sipping on. And if it's, you got that good old H2O in you, boy, you let me know about that as well. Any tea or coffee, you tells me. A little bit of bottle asthma for you. Oh, but just a bit. Just a bit. That is a tiny little cork. I need a bit little cork. Just a splash. Just to get us started. Just to get us going a little bit, just a little bit. Good. The Ardnahoe. Element number 2, again, good cigar. I do not get to partake of such here tonight, but element number 3 is good company. And dear friends, this is where each week I come empty-handed, and I rely solely on you to provide this thing, to furnish it, and by golly, you've done just that. And I'm grateful and I have to have you here. Again, it's never lost on me that you guys could be spending your time any old where doing any old thing, and yet here you are. A Friday evening of all times. Means an awful heckin' lot. Especially since tonight is a proper talk. Especially since tonight is purposed with being a little bit of a weightier thing. A little bit. Not too heckin' weighty, but then again, that's by my standards. And my standards are different than most. So, weighty for me might be hella weighty for thee. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I need to pull up this. We have disabled the raids on Rumble. No, on Twitch. And we have now updated them on Rumble. We have the banner running. So it is to you, dear friends, that I get to raise a glass tonight. It is to that remarkable caliber of human that I dedicate tonight's talk, and to whom I extend my sincere gratitude. And without whom, none of this would be possible. Cheers to you. Doesn't taste as young as it is. The 5-year, an inaugural batch will always be a 5-year. I mean, not always, but typically be a 5-year. The Wee Beastie is way hotter for a 5-year. The Wee Beastie is like, I mean, I like it. I like it with the smoke. I like it with the smoke quite a lot, actually. Wee Beastie goes hard. But like, this is much, much more approachable, especially for something this young. Now, a Scotch by law has to be 5 years or older, so this is the bare minimum as far as Scotches go, but I digress. Okay, let's see here. Prep is going to take 4 hours itself. We got to organize and wash the truck. See, that's crazy. 4 hours? What, are they big or something? Why do they take so long to wash, Pep? Just like get a pressure washer out, the paint comes off. It's no winning. There's no winning. Well, I hope it goes well, my friend. It's a long day for you. Long day for you, and I hope you're feeling all right. Hope you're feeling all right. Black coffee for retro. Okay. Water as always. He's going H2O. That's how you guys pronounce the letter in the alphabet, it turns out. It's got a Y in it. Hey. It's got a T. It's like hate with a CH at the end. H. That's it. That's how you spell it. That's it. That's the one. Finished some coffee a bit ago. Okay, subscribe. Me too, squirrel. Me too. All right, we got some coffee. Very good. We need to be extra hard mode. Well, we'll do our best. Let's go, water. Okay. Let go. Let go. High quality H2O. H2O in it. All right. So, gang, tonight, boy howdy, we are going to be talking about how we... This is, in part, an extension of things that I talked about, incidentally, on Wednesday with the various crews. We got to discuss some stuff about intentionality. We got to discuss doing things on purpose, basically. Life can just happen to you, as a matter of course, or you can choose what you'll do, how you'll be, how you'll respond, how you'll behave. And the consequence of which is that you will change. And what you train for is what you become. Tonight is an outworking of that. This is not a reiteration of what we talked about on Wednesday. This is an adaptation. This is an extension of all of that, okay? And my question is going to be, how have you trained to consider others and be considered? That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to talk about. That's what we're going to talk about. As usual, I'm going to miss some chat. I apologize. Be grateful to all of you welcoming in new joins, people that I will indeed miss because I won't be able to see chat. And I hope you guys will point people in the direction of resources if they don't know things, if they've got questions or what have yous. But yeah, it is my intention to hold forth so that I don't derail too horribly badly and I can get you guys out of here at a reasonable time. Again, tomorrow morning I will be streaming a Just Chatting session, 10 a.m. Pacific time. So, if you are at all interested in hanging out and just flapping dim gums mit me here, then yeah, show up tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. It's only 90 minutes long, so you gotta make sure you get in there early. And then tomorrow night, Minecraft. Not Minecraft, Minecraft. Hashtag BYOC, bring your own craft. Okay, so this is born out of an idea that I have heard expressed no small number of times here in the Mafia. Okay? No small number of times. Why should we care about those who don't care about us? Why should you care about somebody who doesn't regard you? Who doesn't have regard for you, who doesn't care about you, and who perhaps actively harms you? Why should we care about them? Why should we care about those who don't reciprocate? The answer to that lies in the MO of the Mafia, this community, and the ask of joining the Discord, which is, will you endeavor to try, not nail it, not get it right every time, to try hard mode? Will you do this hard mode thing? Will you attempt hard mode? Not get it right all the time, not be perfect, but try it. And when you fail, inevitably, will you dust yourself off, pick yourself up, and try again? That's the question. What do I mean? Well, easy mode is love those who love you. Hate those who hate you. It's pretty straightforward. That's it. And that's the default. That's our default setting as humans. Someone maligns you, you malign them back, of course. It's just balancing the scales, right? Easy peasy. What does this lead to? Nothing changes. Nothing changes. The world that you have is the outworking of that. The world that you have and the world that we all lament when we get together and we complain about the world, that's what it is. The world is so polarized and everybody now is all split and we all loggerheads. Yeah. It's because of that. It's because of easy mode. It is. It's the natural outworking. This isn't even something we had to go out of our way to do. This is just the default now. Maybe it wasn't once upon a time, again, where community was a given, but now the default is alienation. The default is isolation. The default is polarization, unless we opt into hard mode. Hard mode is love those who hate you. Love your enemies, as it were. Maybe they're not enemies. Maybe that's a pretty strong word. But people who vote differently than you. People who see things through a different lens, have different opinions, different conclusions than you do. Well, that's hard mode. Why? First, if you just love on those who love you, what have you accomplished? Practical question here. The worst people in history have done that. The worst people in history have done. Stalin high-fived his buddies. Okay? Hitler probably did a chest bump once upon a time with his boys. Okay? Like, the worst people in history, the worst people that everybody universally condemns and maligns, they are down with those who are down with them. I titled the stream tonight, Stick or Snake? Stick or snake? You're walking down a trail by yourself. You see a stick in the path. You don't know it's a stick. You think it's a snake. Looks like a snake. Sun's hitting it just right. Lights up. And you go, oh! Your body freaks out a little bit. You get a little flush of adrenaline. You're like, oh, maybe you're jogging. Maybe you don't have time to step right on it. Maybe at all. And was it a snake? Heart rate bumps up. All your your body starts reacting. Your nervous system responds. That's all your limbic system. All of that kicks into gear. And it's ready to rock and roll. And it turns out it's just a stick. You thought it was a snake. Could have been, wasn't. Does that change how your body responded? Does that change what your limbic system was doing? Does that change how you felt? No. No, it doesn't. How many times have you here listening to this, experienced something like this? Maybe it's not jogging down a trail and you think it's a snake, but you detect a threat. You sense a threat. Something that's harmful. Something that's a real danger to you. And you... Spine shortens a little bit. Adrenaline pumps. Pupils dilate. Maybe you get a little bit of tunnel vision. You woof into the threat. And it's... Oh, it wasn't a threat. Maybe you have a bad history with an ex. Past relationship, something with family. And you remember what kind of car they drove, and you're driving down the street, and there's that car in that color. And oh my gosh, it's them. Blood courses through your body. You get the adrenaline, and then you see, no, it's an old lady, and okay, it's... Did that change how you felt? The truth. It didn't change anything. You still perceived a threat. You still did. It was a stick, not a snake. Those are some obvious examples. An actual physical threat to your safety. A snake, perhaps, depending on where you live. That can be a bigger threat than others, looking at all of you Aussies. All of you with abusive pasts and so forth. Yeah, perhaps the car example is a unkind one to draw to mind, but I've known no shortage of people who've dealt with that. Two salient ones. But what about other examples of threats? What do you perceive as a threat? Well, right now, there's quite a lot of money in media in convincing you that you are surrounded by threats. Am I wrong? If it bleeds, it leads. You guys have all heard that phrase before, right? Which of two articles is going to get the clicks? One that says, everything's doing okay and you're doing okay. And the one that says, the world is ending, you need to be afraid because of the threat I'll tell you about. No one's willing to tell you about this threat. Your life it's in your own hands, dear God. The end of time. Doom, I say. Doom. Which one are you going to click? So, we have been, this is not a exclusive to you thing, we have been, in the last handful of decades, conditioned with a drip, drip, drip of fear and misery. Drip, drip, drip of cortisol, stress, and little adrenaline shots over and over and over again. Threat, threat, threat. You are being told constantly you are under threat, and this is a threat, and this is a threat, and they're a threat. And so are they, and so are they, and so are they. And in fact, they're not just some vague threat. They want you dead. That person right there, if given the chance, will kill you. Because they voted differently than you. Because they disagree with you about this policy, about this practice, about this worldview thing, about this sports thing. That person, if given the chance, will end you. Better keep an eye on them. Is it any wonder that we have so many people who are hesitant to get plugged into community? Is it any wonder why we have so many people who are taking furtive glances over their shoulder? Any wonder why people are prickly? Any wonder why people don't allow others close? As a consequence, people who are plugged in to the modern media system, apparatus, thing, get stuck in a fight or flight response, where most of your life, most of a given day is supposed to be kind of benign, kind of boring, kind of blasé, kind of, this is all normal workaday stuff, and it should be the rare occasion that, you gotta fear for your life, fight or flight type scenario. Now you're told every day is a fight or flight circumstance. And you hear constant stories about this person was killed for no more than their belief about whatever. And this person was assaulted, and this person was... And we get caught in this loop. Fight or flight system. And you start to see all sticks as snakes. Pretty soon, the next stick you see, your attitude is not, is that a snake? It's a snake, until proven otherwise. It's a snake. No, it's a stick. Yeah, well, it could have been a snake, so it's a good thing I threw a Molotov cocktail at it, just to be sure. This person was they weren't a threat. Well, I emptied a mag into them just to be safe. And it's a good thing I did, because you know what? There's snakes everywhere. These folks, many of us now, stop engaging in reasoned, well thought out, thought through responses. And that takes place in the cerebral cortex area of your brain. And commit solely to reactionary response. Again, that's the limbic system. Okay? They commit their resources, their energies to reactionary stuff. Instead of, here's how I will be if and when. Reasoned, thought out things. And I would like you guys to ask yourselves, I would like you guys to become the sort through training. Reversing this damage, this cycle that many folks here, many folks certainly out there, out the broader community out there, are locked into, of just assume everything is a snake until proven otherwise. That's no way to live, thinking everything is a snake. Is it safer? Technically, yes. If you go and draw a gun on every single person and say, empty your pockets. Okay, you're not armed? Whew, all right. And then you holster, just making sure. It's no way to live. You won't be welcome in polite society if you live that way, and many of you do. Perhaps it's not as extreme as that, but many of you treat all relationships like that. All encounters with a stranger like that. Prove to me first that you're worth trusting. And it's sensible for you to think that way. I talked about this quite a lot on Wednesday. It makes perfect sense, perfect logical sense for you guys to be guarded, to be jaded and guarded. It makes perfect sense, given what you've been through, and all of you have been through something, haven't you? So I want you guys to get in this habit. This is a training thing where we return to asking, is it a stick or a snake? Having a reasoned response rather than assume snake, plan for snake. And this is totally, by the way, this is like politically, ideologically agnostic. This is not one side or the other. This is everybody in our world right now becoming guarded. Because I'm not here to talk about politics. I'm here to talk about community. I know you're shocked. I know. Here's some obvious ones, okay? Here's some obvious ways that you can think about this. Why should you build bridges? My question from the outset, people ask, why should I build bridges with those who are not willing to build bridges for me? Right? You prove to me you're trustworthy, and then I'll put in some effort. No bridges will ever be built. It's too high a risk, right? Too much risk goes into that. You could put forth a bunch of effort, and you see no return on it. So you've been burned, you've been let down, so you say, no, I'm not doing that again. Or maybe you try it once or twice or thrice, and then you stop trying. I won't be the one anymore. I've been taken advantage of, I've been let down, so I will stop trying. I will stop planning those inroads. I will stop making that effort. Certainly not going to build bridges for snakes. Who then builds bridges? Who does it? We all say stuff like, we need to be able to have civil discourse again, civil encounters with our fellow man again. Oh, we're all so polarized. Okay, well, someone's got to go first. Someone. Who? Genuine question. Who goes first? Most folks out there say, well, someone else. Someone who's qualified. Someone who's competent to do this. Someone who's rehearsed. Someone who's trained. Someone who's... Who? Who is that? You have in your mind some picture of like an ambassador. Someone in a suit, perhaps, who's an actual, literal, trained, professional ambassador for a country, right? They'll come and they will be the middleman, right? They'll do ambassador things. Yeah, they'll arbitrate. They'll arbitrate between this thing. They'll ensure that this is a smooth process. Nope. There's no ambassadors coming. It's you. It's you. It's not me. I'm not where you are. I don't live where you live, most of you. I'm not in your neighborhood. I'm not in your apartment complex. I'm not in your townhomes. I'm not there. I'm not with you and your family and the complex inner workings of that thing. I'm not part of your civic institutions, your sports leagues. I'm not a part of those. Who will be the one to build bridges where you are? Who will be the one to fix the problems in your space with your neighbors? Who will be the one? Won't be me. Won't be some outside third party either. Why? 'Cause you'll see them as snakes anyways. They're other. They're not to be trusted. Don't let them in. Don't let them have a foothold. Screw them. Okay, then who does it? I don't know. Someone else. I'm not trained. It's what we are doing here in the Mafia, is training. The people who go through the rendezvous, who have or who are or who yet will, it is expressly the goal to have those folks equipped on the other side with some more knowledge, yes, some more experience, absolutely, but chiefly with an understanding that this is indeed on you, and whether or not things improve in this world rests on you. This pressure is good. You feel a little bit of a burden being laid on top of you right now. You're like, Gus, I got a lot of stress in my life, and I don't know if I need this added to it. This is a good stress. This is the kind of stress that motivates us to move. If you're a good faith actor, if you're someone who says, no, I want the world to improve, okay, then it's up to you. It is up to you. I will do my part where I am, but I can't do yours. I'm not you. And again, I'm not logistically, physically where you are. I can't reach the people that you can. Here's how this works. If you say, world's a train wreck and this has got to be fixed, and then are presented with the opportunity and the equipment and the knowledge and the training to do something about it, and you take me up on it, you take us up on it, and you do that work, you put in that legwork, by golly, you've done it. Excellent, awesome, progress, it's cool. You get to keep keeping a finger on the pulse of the world, and you can still make an assessment of, we're not there yet. This is still kind of a mess, and it's still kind of icky. But if you opt out, if you opt out of hard mode, if you opt out of doing this in some degree, some form, some capacity, somewhere, if you opt out of this, you don't get to complain. It's not someone else's job. It's our job. I was telling this to the crews on Wednesday. Smokey the Bear. I don't know how many of you remember Smokey the Bear. I've memed before. I've said, it was an awful lot of pressure to put on a 6-year-old to be like, only you can prevent forest fires. Oh, geez, I'm just Gus. Oh, God, how did he get into my TV? But honestly, it's kind of like that. It's not someone else's job. It's mine. And if I blow it, no one else can clean up that mess. Damage will have been done. This is kind of only you can prevent the polarization. Only you can build bridges. Best case scenario, you will find yourself surprised. Pleasantly surprised when you build a bridge somewhere with no guarantee, and you bump into someone else building a bridge toward you, and you both go, oh, that's so cool. Hey, crazy. I was just coming to you. Were just, that's awesome. Hey, bring it in for a real thing. Worst case scenario, you build a bridge. You become more skilled at building bridges, more efficient at building bridges, more loving, thicker skin, more endurance, more patience, more grace, more wisdom, so much more to you. Your character becomes a little more developed, a little more etched into you of what kind of human you are, and then it's rebuffed. And you go back across your bridge and you try again with someone else. Worst case scenario. Someone's got to go first. I would like you guys to consider how you consider others in this. How do you think about others? And do you do things for them? Do you build inroads toward other people? Do you make steps? Do you take steps toward others? Regardless of whether or not they will respond in kind. Do you put in effort with no guarantee of a return? Do you do that blindly? I've talked before about shoveling snow for neighbors. I love shoveling snow. It's a great workout. And I get to be productive at the same time. Very often doing workouts means lifting heavy things and then putting them back down where they continue to take up space, right? It's not like making big rocks into little rocks that are then going to go into a mortar and they're going to build a home or something like that. There's nothing useful to lifting a heavy thing and setting it back down except for your changes. I like the snow because you get that. Plus, you get to move something and help someone out. So I like shoveling snow for neighbors. That's an obvious good one. I don't do it with an expectation that they will respond in kind. They never have, for what it's worth. We've been here, I don't know how many years now, 5 years or something like that, and they never have. 4 years? 4 years, I think? I don't know, 4 years. I think we've been here 4 years. No one's ever shoveled our driveway. Not once. It's not why I do it. If I did it with an expectation of return, I'd be salty. You might think, kind of rightly, well, that's not fair. Ah, fair, yes, indeed. Yeah, that's true. There's no balance to that, right? Back to the hate the people who hate you, because that balances things out. Someone does something nice for you, you respond in kind, right? There's a reciprocity system. Okay. Someone's got to go first. I said someone does something nice for you and you respond in kind. Okay, so what was the motivation for that person to do something nice for you? Someone had to go first. In this case, it was them. They did something nice for you, and you responded in kind. I told this story about arc raiders. Incidentally, as silly as it sounds. Where I make the first move of kindness, and all of a sudden, a half a dozen people show up out of the woodwork. It's like, where were all of you guys? And the answer is kind of a deep answer, which is waiting for someone to go first. It's like silent and no one's talking to each other. And then I start talking to people and making a ruckus in proximity chat. And then people show up. They were waiting for someone to be brave. And then they go, oh, me too. Oh, I'm brave. Yeah. No, I'm helpful too. No, I also have this thing. Hey, I also have needs. I've got questions and concerns too. Hey, as long as we're being helpful to one another, can someone help me with... Where was this 3 seconds ago? Oh, you were waiting for me to go first. Someone's gotta go first. Someone's gotta shovel the snow first. What about putting your shopping cart away? That's one where it doesn't seem like there's an immediate return on your good deed, huh? You return your shopping cart to one of the places or up to the store itself or whatever it is. Okay. You're like, oh, I don't get anything in return. What about the times you've gone in and there's been bad weather and there were no carts inside? You got into the store in the bad weather. You're like, okay. And you go for the carts. You're like, where are all the carts? They're out in the parking lot. Why are they all out in the parking lot? Because the employees are struggling with them in the snow. Maybe they called in sick. Maybe they couldn't get in because of the inclement weather. So there are no cart wranglers out there. And everybody else took the cart out to their car and then abandoned it there because their comfort is paramount. Their comfort is king. It's snowing or raining or sleeting or whatever. Well, I gotta get into the car. What about the other people who need carts? Screw them? Someone's gotta go first. You say, I'm not returning my cart. What will they ever do for me? What environment have you now bred? What environment now exists in the world? I'm going to go for mine. I'm going to get mine. I'm going to look after number one. After I've taken care of me, maybe I'll think about others. The trick of this is you'll never be done thinking about you. Now, I have said before, you need to put on your own oxygen mask first. That's true. But I did say first. Not exclusively. The idea of putting on your gas mask first is so that you then don't black out while you're helping someone else with theirs. This implies that you help others with theirs. But if instead you put on your own gas mask and then you just sit there fiddling with it, oh, just want to make sure the seal is good. You're messing with the seal. You reach in. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the gas mask stuff, but you reach in, tap the glass or tap the plastic, tap the lens, and you're like, okay, purge the thing, and people around you are dying. Someone's got to go first, but not someone's got to go exclusively. Firewood for the next camper or hiker, same stories. How many times have you guys shown up to a campsite or a hiking spot somewhere and it's like freaking cold and it's getting dark and you're like, oh my gosh, this is gonna suck so bad. And you show up and there's firewood there. Whoa, that's amazing. What the? And you get to build a fire. And isn't that nice? That's incredible. I suspect that a number of people who have experienced that is dwindling for this same phenomenon, this same reason. How many times have you chopped or left firewood for the next weary traveler? That's why it's dwindling.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Canadian, it's good to have you in. Welcome in, welcome in. Can I call you Canadian? I'm grateful for the follow. I take follows very seriously. Aim to earn them. And apologies for missing chat. If you're in chat right now, I can't see chat. Otherwise, I get distracted mightily and lose my way. So, grateful indeed to have you in on the life. Leave firewood for the next person. You're driving. You're in the store. And you just stop. Without looking behind you. See if there's anybody behind you in the store. You just walk down the aisle and then stop. You don't look behind you to see if someone was right on your ass and they've got to keep going. And now you've just blocked the aisle. Do the same thing with a car. I talk about this all the time. It's one of my biggest pet peeves while driving of all time. In America, in most places, you can make a right on red. And there will often be like a half lane or a right lane or something that you can make a right turn. You don't need to wait for the lane going straight, so long as nobody's blocking you. And what does everybody do? They park their dumbass right in the way. And so no one can sneak by them. They're going to use the shoulder to make a right turn. I don't even know how many times I've complained about this on here. And they don't even know. They've never even glanced in the rear view or side view mirrors to see how many blinkers they would be able to spot. All wanting to make a right turn, a free right turn right there. But you are in the way because you didn't even think about glancing backwards. And all you needed to do was bias yourself in your lane. Didn't need to do anything crazy. Don't need to do anything illegal. Don't need to do anything unsafe. You just bias your car to the left side of the lane. That's it. That's all you had to do. Just bias yourself a little bit to the left. That's all. And all 20 of those cars could be on their merry way and get on with their lives. Instead, you didn't pay attention. You didn't look behind you. And if you again say, why should I look around and consider others? They don't do it for me. How many times have you been the one stuck there going, oh, this inconsiderate, this jerk, why? We could have all turned. Do you bias yourself to the left? Because if you don't get to complain. If you don't consciously, when you pull up to that intersection, go, and here's where I, even with no one behind me, just in case someone does show up, here's where I bias myself to the left. For the benefit of those who may yet come. If you don't actively do that, you don't get to complain about traffic. Sorry, you've foregone that. You've lost your privileges for complaining. You're the problem. You're in a public restroom somewhere. In the States, this is common. In Europe, and lots of folks lots of countries in Europe have this, where there'll be a bathroom attendant somewhere. You go in and there's somebody whose whole job is just to clean the bathroom all the time and stay on top of it. And very often they have like a tip jar or a tip bowl or a tip plate or something like that, and you're expected to tip them for keeping the place tidy. In the States, you go into a public restroom and like a gas station bathroom or something like that, and you're like, oh my God, it's like a disaster area, right? Maybe you're one of the guys. I'll stick with the guy's example here. And you stand at the urinal and your shoes kind of a little bit tacky. Stick to the floor a little bit. This is to say, by the way, for all the ladies out there who are laughing, like, yeah, men are gross in the men's bathroom. Men's bathrooms are so much cleaner than ladies' rooms. Not even close. Any one of you who's ever worked in some sort of service role where you had to clean the bathrooms, you know this. The ladies' rooms are unbelievably disgusting. Men's are really tame by comparison, but I'll stick with the men's example here. Men, you pull up to the urinal and you're like, oh, and shoes stick to the floor just a little bit. And you're like, are you hyper conscious about splash when you use the urinals? Do you try and hit the side of it at just the right angle so that it smooths and doesn't backsplash everywhere? Do you consider the mess that you leave behind? Do you ever wipe down toilets? You as a user in public restrooms? If not, you don't get to complain about how disgusting public restrooms are. Someone's got to go first. Why wouldn't you clean up the mess? Well, because no one else does. Indeed. Those are some obvious examples. Here's some less obvious ones. Here's kind of an interesting one. I don't know how many of you have ever thought about we'll stick with the bathrooms for a second. You know the toilet paper roll? How many of you, like, rip off the toilet paper and then you pull out, you like waterfall the toilet paper? I don't care whether you waterfall or mullet for this example. Waterfall is obviously superior. All of you mullet people are literally just trolling. I see through it. You're just trolls. I'm not buying it. It's ridiculous. If you're mulleting the toilet paper roll, you're wrong. You can stand by it because you're just being contrarian. You can be contrarian all you want. I'm not biting on that bait, okay? And don't bite on that rage bait. Anyways, you tear it off, and then you waterfall it a little bit, so there's 1 or 2 squares hanging down, which makes it easy to grab. How many of you do that? How many of you have ever thought about this? How many of you have ever considered that actually, once you take a little bit of toilet paper, you leave a few squares hanging for either your next pull of the toilet paper or the next person's pull of the toilet paper? Or do you just rip it and it's somewhere up on the roll and the next person goes, and then they like hit it like a cat trying to get it to come down, and it like staticked in place. So they're sitting there literally like a cat, like pawing at it, like, come on, roll, you stupid. And then they're like fidgeting with it, like, where's the toilet paper end? If you have ever had to do the cat pawing thing to try to get the toilet paper off, and you don't pull a little bit of extra toilet paper off and let it hang for easy access for the next person, you don't get to complain. Grocery store. You put your groceries up on the belt, right? For the checkout or whatever it is. You know the little dividers? Why don't you guys use them? I don't even know why. It was crazy. I've been keeping track for funsies for the last handful of weeks, knowing that I was going to talk about this for our orienting weeks for the CNRs and all that. I've been keeping track. All of our grocery trips for the last probably 5 weeks now. And one old lady put the divider after her groceries. They were there. They were accessible. Some of them, they don't have dividers. Some of them, they're missing. Some of them, they're hard to reach or they're inaccessible. I get all that. No, these were all present. There's no like straw man argument here. They were all there. easily accessible, all visible. 1 out of, it was, how many, shoot, I knew how many shopping trips this was. Probably like a dozen shopping trips to various places for various things, okay, like something like that. One time someone put the divider up there, like after their own groceries. I do it every single time. Every single time, as a matter of course. If no one does it for you, but you don't do it, you don't get to complain. You have forfeited your right to do so. I'm going to rapid fire through some of these examples here. How about the microwave at work? It's all gross and sticky with stuff in it. When was the last time you cleaned out the workplace microwave? It's not my job. Do you use it? Ever? Ever? For literally anything? Well, yeah, I heat up my coffee in it. You don't get to complain. I'm not the one who did this and it overheated and it made a mess. Sure, they should definitely clean that up. They absolutely should. Have you ever just wiped it out? Even when it wasn't your mess? You finish at a restaurant or a diner or a deli or whatever it is. When was the last time you stacked your plates at the end of the meal? Consolidated all the food, the leftover whatever, onto one plate perhaps? Stacked everything nice and neat, got all the silverware right on top, gathered up all the drinks toward this end of the table. Busboy's gonna come and be right here, and he's gonna reach you all the way across the table for all the stuff for your glassware and everything else that's way over here. When was the last time that you neatly organized all of that over here on the end of the table? Not you washed your own dishes. You asked them, can I wash my own dishes? Can I go back into the kitchen? They're not going to let you do that. It's illegal. There's liability. There's a whole bunch. When was the last time you helped them out, though? By consolidating your mess? By picking up all of your trash and putting it... Gus, I pay them. It's their job to... Then if you're a busboy, or you are in any other service industry of any kind, you don't get to complain. You worked in retail. And you're like, these people just throw the clothes on the... They do what now? They just... Yeah, they don't fold. I have to fold clothes all day long. And do you break things down for the busboy at the restaurant? Do you organize all the silverware for them? Do you gather up all the trash and make it all accessible for them? You're driving in the fast lane, or any lane. Do you keep a really, religious eye on that rearview mirror to see if someone's gaining on you? I don't care if you're speeding, by the way. The left lane is for crime. Those of you unfamiliar, the left lane is for crime, damn it. Say you're already speeding. Say you're already going 75 in the left lane. 75 and a 65. Some of you live in, Utah, where the speed limit's 80, okay? So 75 and a 65, all right? You're already going. You're like, I'm moving along at a pretty healthy clip right here. Do you keep an eye on the rear view mirror to see if someone is gaining on you? Not rapidly gaining on you like they're going 150, because you won't be able to see it if it happens that quickly. This happens on the Autobahn. That's why you're not supposed to hang out in the left lane, because of that reason right there. Anyways, someone's gaining on you. Maybe they're going 79 miles an hour. They won't be gaining on you super fast, but do you keep glancing up to go, okay, they're getting closer, so that you can get out of their way? So that when they approach, they can just keep on keeping on? So that they don't have to get off of their cruise control? So that they don't have to go around you? If not, you don't get to complain about traffic. Oh my gosh, all this traffic. What are we all doing here? In the accordion, the back and forth. And then you drive and you're like, what, there was nothing? There was no reason for us all to be driving? We went down to 40 on the freeway. What is going on? You're what's going on. If you don't keep close eye on the people behind you when you're driving and go, they're going faster than me. I don't care that you're already speeding. I don't care. Doesn't matter if you're already... Nope, this is a healthy speed. You decide? My level of breaking the law is fine. Theirs, though, is unacceptable. My breaking the law here is safe. Theirs, though, that's reckless. And I'm doing them a favor. You don't get to complain about traffic. You have forfeited the right to complain about traffic. You're on a 2-lane road with a double yellow between, and it's a when you're like, oh my gosh, why are we driving so slow? Do you find a spot to pull over and let people pass you on roads like that? If you do, great. If you don't, you don't get to complain. I'm a really, skilled driver, technically speaking. I'm accomplished in this because I was trained in this for my job in the military, okay? Offensive, defensive driving, trained to do this. Hooray. Okay, I'm pretty skilled at all of that. And therefore, I'm a pretty good driver in, bad conditions, especially. But, in all conditions, I'm very efficient. I'm real big on efficiency while driving, okay? And what is efficient for me includes that person's going faster than me. I don't care where they're going. I don't care why. I don't need to picture they're rushing their wife to the hospital because she's in labor. Okay, it's probably not happening. It's possible that that's happening, but I don't need to do that. I don't care where they're going. I'm not the hall monitor. I'm not the speed monitor. Who's gonna cause all the road rage? It ain't gonna be me. I'll pull over. I'll let them go. Now, it sucks when I'm betrayed. Sucks when I do that and then they match speed with me. And then I'm like, what are you doing? I was letting you pass, not get right. I need to go back into that lane. I got over so that you could pass me so that I could get in behind you. What are you doing? Speed up. What game are we playing now? Now I'm stuck over here in this lane. I've been burned before. Sucks, but I'll be burned again. Why? Because it's the kind of world I want to live in. That's what this boils down to. You're walking down the sidewalk in your living area, in your development, in your townhomes area, in your apartment complex. When was the last time you towed the rocks off the path? Somebody got the gravel on the path. Someone got the crushed granite, the DG, the whatever on the path. When was the last time you stopped what you were doing to just kick that off the path? To clean the sidewalk where you live? It's not my job. Whose is it? They've got somebody for that. The next time you have a leak or something wrong and maintenance isn't there immediately, it's probably because they got 1,000 other things to do, like clean the rocks off the path because they're a slipping hazard, they're a liability hazard. But also, if you don't clean up the path where you live, it signifies to everybody else that you don't care about where you live. You don't care about this place, you don't care about this neighborhood, and you don't care about the people in it. You are sending signals with all these things that you do. What kind of world do you want? I would like you to consider how you consider others. For no real advantage of your own, except that it's good. The consequence of it is roundabout. It will create the kind of world that you want to live in. Yes, it will come back to you, as it were. But that's not the main motivation for doing it. Do it because it's good. Do it because it's right. Do it because you'd want that. That's all. Pick up trash off the ground somewhere. It's not my trash. Then you don't get to complain about trash on the side of the highway, or trash in the rivers, or trash in the ocean. But the garbage patch. Gus, I live in the flyover states. If the trash on the ground here gets into the ocean, it would be a miracle. The geography's not the point. The mindset is the point. The heart disposition is the point. I live in Wyoming. I can drop trash on the ground all day long. Have you seen how windy it is in Wyoming? That trash is going somewhere. And sure, it might not end up in the garbage patch in the ocean, but it's going to end up in the next state over. It's going to end up on the side of the highway somewhere. You're like, oh, I care about the turtles and the garbage, and I got to cut my soda can holders because fish and marine life and so forth. Okay, what about all the land animals? Screw them, I guess. Just the aquatic ones we care about, Gus. Only the ones in water. They're the only animals that get my attention. Screw the rest of them. Up there on their dry ground. Am I saying that you must personally care for and be involved in the lives of everyone else? No, absolutely not. The world is a big place. Our sincere, targeted care can only go so far, and it can only reach so many people. You cannot, as a logistics problem, as a physics problem, you cannot serve everyone, everywhere, even if you wanted to, even if you had the disposition and the desire. You cannot. Instead, narrow your scope to your life. So, if you are one of the environmental sorts who complains about the trash in the ocean, and again, you don't pick up the trash where you live in the middle of the continent, you forfeit your right to complain about the trash in the ocean. You can't have an impact on that if you are unwilling to move your feet right here, where you are. Focus on doing well where you are. This is about humans. This is not about trash. Why are people like this now? Why are people so cold and distant and bifurcated on everything? Why is everything so split and polarized? Have you looked in the mirror lately? This isn't all of you. I know it's not a lot of Mafia members. A lot of Mafia members are plugged in and doing this hard mode thing with intentionality. And you guys show up and you are like, and I know, and I've heard your guys' stories. I've heard you say, I genuinely wrestled with this thing. I've got this person in my life and I'm trying this thing. And I don't know, I messed it up, but I gotta figure out a way to help this person even if they don't want to. Oh, you're wrestling with big ideas here. Good. What does that extend to? How far does that go in your life? Is it just here in our community? What about your workplace? What about your home life? What about your family? Some of you who are estranged from your family doesn't apply. I get all of that. But who is around you? Who is your neighbor? The people with whom you come into regular contact. Classmates, coworkers, sports ball friendos. I would like us to consider. Yes, you've been burned. We all have. To varying degrees, but it ain't a pissing contest. That's not what this is. This is not a grievance competition. Well, I've been burned worse than all of you. Do you want a trophy? Everybody's been burned. And how badly you perceive the burn to be is relative, is it not? So, what might be absolutely devastating to you, someone else went through it also, and they are not undone by it. Oh, it's about how you feel then. No, it's not. Everybody is perceiving hardship. Everybody is perceiving hurt. It does not change that we must act. It does not change that we need to respond in the face of this. It does not change that the world is not fixed so long as we just lament. We need to build bridges. You don't need to be an ambassador for a country. You don't need to be an influencer of some kind. You don't need to have some sort of formal training. You need to get reps in considering others. Consider how someone else might like or not like the spot you're in right now. Consider, have you left the space better than you found it? Have you found it in a condition that you would want to walk in on? If you're the busboy breaking down that table, would you be happy to see the table that you left behind? If you're driving, would you be happy being the person behind you? These are the questions that totally change the world. If you ask them and then act on them. Is every single person out there a threat? No. You've been conditioned to believe that they are. You've been conditioned and told that they are, and that therefore they're not worth caring about. You just need to care about you. And cut. Scene. We have the world you have. This is it. This is the world. This is the world that you complain about. This is the human condition that you complain about. This is the state of relationships that you lament. This is it. Can't live that way. We can't. We cannot. So my question for you is this, is to choose. What kind of world do you want? Do you want a world where you are fearful of every single stick? Every single one. Just... Some people out there will say, no, treat every stick like a snake and you'll never be surprised. Cool, and you'll never live either. Living life paranoid and self-centered is not living. It's not living. I've never known a person who got to the end of their life and said, if only I had a few more zeros after my net worth. If only I had looked after me more. People's closing thoughts on this life, this short life we have, aren't that. If you lament people's unwillingness to love and sacrifice for and care for you, my question for you is, how often do you love and sacrifice for and care for others? Who might be snakes. Who don't deserve it. Who haven't earned it. Who haven't gone first. How many of them do you love anyways? Knowing full well that most of them won't reciprocate. Putting the divider on the grocery store belt. How many of you do it? How many of you do it regularly, knowing they won't do it in return? And it not being a source of misery for you. It's attributed to Gandhi, but, be the change you want to see in the world, that whole thing. I have many times thought, I think everybody sort of thinks, if there's, one thing you could tell the world, what would it be? And I think if you only had, a one thing you could tell the world, I've thought before in sort of a meme fashion, I would love to say, bias your car to the left. Look behind you. You're not the only one on the road. There are others of us here. Something like that. But you could do the exact same thing about a grocery store. This entire store, you haven't rented out the store. You need to put your cart somewhere sensible because there's others of us. Just consider what your actions are doing to those around you. Yes, get your own oxygen mask on first, so that you can help others with theirs. Get that done quickly and efficiently, and then get to work on making the world that you want, on making the environment that you want, the humaning environment that you want. And thus, I asked some hard questions of the cruise on Wednesday, and it's one for you guys to consider. In a broad sense. You don't know how to put this in chat. This is just for you guys. What don't you... I'm modifying the question slightly here. What don't you currently do that maybe you ought to try? Like returning your cart. But it's raining. Yup, it'll be raining on someone else who has to come get it. Maybe it's put the divider in the grocery store thing. Maybe it's replace the toilet paper roll or bring down the toilet paper for the next person. What if it's just Breaking down things for the busboy. Shovel some snow, knowing that no one will ever recognize you for it and they'll never respond in kind. What thing do you say, that's not my job? It's someone else's job. What one thing can you maybe start doing? Start considering. How often do you check your rearview mirror to go, you know, maybe I get out of this person's way. Maybe I preemptively get out of their way. Maybe I'm on it, baby. When people do that to me, by the way, which is rare, when they do, they get the wave. You better believe they are going to see my hand. You better believe they are going to see my acknowledgement of the thing that they did. I am absolutely going to celebrate their conscientiousness, their effort to make the world a better place. And so do likewise. If someone goes out of their way to do something kind for you, acknowledge it. Reinforce the behavior you want to see more of. What one thing, maybe one that I listed, one that I haven't, can you think of that's like, yeah, you know, no one ever does this for me, but it'd be awfully nice if they did. And maybe I'll just start doing it. I'm not asking you to like change all of your habits for your entire life, but this does center around, do you consider that you have a part to play in this? My thesis in all of this is you do. You do have a part to play in this. No one else can play it for you. No one else can play your role. No one else can fill that gap. It's just you. Therefore, if you don't do it, no one will. If you don't do it, it won't get done. That's a good way of thinking about it, too. That puts some pressure on you. You don't return the cart. Assume it will never be returned. Assume it will never go back. You hike that thing up onto a curb and go, someone else's problem. Assume that that store just lost a cart. Just went down one cart from their total. But it's snowing. But there's someone whose job is... You guys know what grocery stores margins are? I don't know how many of you are like even the tiniest bit business savvy out there. I know a bunch of you, obviously. And I know a bunch of you are somewhat business savvy. You know what their margins are? Their profit margins, that is? You know what the profit margin is for a grocery store, for a supermarket, for someone who deals in food? They are razor thin margins. I don't know how many of you are familiar with that. I don't know how many of you like have ever worked in this space or run these numbers for them, or you were some part of the chain there, or maybe you've managed a store and you can back me up on this. The margin for a grocery store is tiny. Tiny. And you're like, with the price of insert food item here, their margins aren't tiny, Gus. They're making a fortune off of me. I spend this much there a week. When you say, I don't return my cart because they have a person for that, you don't get to complain about grocery prices. That grocery store's margins are, they charge enough to break even and then make this much profit, from which they can invest into other locations, perhaps long term. They can invest in improvements and technologies. Maybe they can expand the existing location. Maybe they can expand their offerings. Maybe they can add extra amenities. Maybe they can improve the bathrooms. Maybe they can add extra security. Maybe they can do all those things. And they do that from their profits. And only from their profits. It's all they got to play with. Part of their operating cost is paying someone to wrangle carts. So, next time you complain about the price of whatever, do you return your grocery cart? Now, this is solved in much of Europe. This is solved in Germany, and specifically is the first time I got exposed to this. And those of you who live in the States may be familiar with how Aldi does this. Aldi is a German company, so that makes sense. Well, it's from Germans who are Americans. Anyways, they have a security deposit system for their grocery carts. those stores do not have grocery cart attendants whose job it is to go out into the parking lot and wrangle carts all day. That's not someone that they have a full-time position for. That ain't it. That's not a role that they've got. Why? Because their carts are all chained together, and you put a euro, which is a coin over there. You put a euro coin in there, and it click and unlinks it from the carts in front of it. And now that euro is locked into the cart, and you use the cart, and then when you return it, you take the chain in front of it, you take the key in front of it, you insert it back into the keyhole, and out pops your security deposit, your euro coin. And you get your euro coin back. Now you get to take that with you home. And thus, all of the carts are where they ought to be, and their prices are not affected by having to pay for a cart wrangler. The difference is, that one is pain avoidance. That's a disincentive. Well, I have to return the cart, otherwise I lose my money. It's the same thing, but a longer process, a more convoluted process, to have a cart wrangler and no security deposit. Because every single time you leave your cart out, you do lose your money. Just in the form of increased prices across that entire establishment, across that entire chain of stores. What if we didn't have to avoid pain by having a security deposit with the euro, as fun and as all that is, and as neat as it is to chunk? What if we all just returned our dang carts? For snakes. Do it for that person who won't do it for you. Who won't. Not most likely won't. No, you're certain that they won't do it. Do it anyways. Else you don't get to complain. You forfeit your right to complain. Here in this community, it will be my incessant encouragement throughout our time together that we do the right thing because it is the right thing. My closing thoughts on this. I talked about Arc Raiders again because of the other night, because of Tuesday. I played this on Tuesday, and I talked to some of the crews about this on Wednesday. I said, I want to be the kind of person who does right by people, full stop. Not if they, once they, someone's got to go first. Now, for those of you who are familiar with this will all make sense. For those of you not familiar with Arc Raiders, it's a newer extraction shooter game, okay? It's like 4 months, 5 months old now, something like that. You can shoot anybody. There's PvP enabled across the game as a matter of course, but there's also PvE enemies, there's environmental hazards, there's all this stuff going on, okay? But the players, the other players, all the other players out there are potential enemies. Every single one of them could shoot, kill you, and take all your stuff. I don't shoot anybody. The time to kill in the game is too short, in my estimation. So if someone shoots you in the back, there's really no, like, flip it on them. There's really no, like, turn the tables unless they're kind of inept. It turns out. I kind of thought in the beginning, like, I could just turn it around on them and, like, justice will be had. Not that common. If someone shoots you and your back is turned, it's kind of over. They don't get theirs. There's really no comeuppance. Like, there'll be some sort of cosmic justice where someone shoots them at the same time, or one of the PvE enemies kills them or something like that, and you can laugh about it. But for the most part, there's no, like, flip the script on them. I won't be the one to break the peace. I won't be the one to draw first blood. It won't be me. And I've had a whole bunch of well-intentioned people say, Gus, you gotta shoot them or they're gonna shoot you. Uh-huh. Gus, if they shoot you, they're gonna take all your stuff. Yep. Hey, Gus, you've been wronged before. You've been burned before. All these people screwed you over and you lost all. Let's say we just like go on a killing spree. Let's say we just go murder some people. You know, get even. If I do that, then I lose. Then I will forfeit the world I'm trying to build. Do you see it? The world I'm trying to build is one where you don't see every stick as a snake. I want the snakes to be the rare exception that we are competent enough to deal with in community when they come up. I could make an analogous example of Arc Raiders again. If I'm in a squad, I say, all right, I am going to extend the olive branch. I am not going to be the one to take the first shot. I am going to be the one who tries for peace. I'm going to be the one who does that thing. And if I get backstabbed, maybe I've got buddies with me who were watching my back. Someone shoots me, my community takes care of me. My community and I survive this thing. Otherwise, we just become a gang of roving thugs who go around and murder people for funsies. And what becomes of the game then? This is not about Arc Raiders. Gus, people out there exist and they're awful, and you know what? They're going to take advantage of your niceness. Yep. You're going to give someone a second chance who doesn't deserve it. Yep. Gus, you're going to lend an ear to somebody who is not going to listen to your advice. They're just going to totally blow it off. They just want to, like... Yep. Gus, you've got people out there who are going to try and manipulate you and do this. They sure are. Gus, you're going to get burned. Indeed. But I won't be the one to destroy every stick I see just in case it's a snake. I won't be the one who lives paranoid. I won't do it. And I don't want you to either. I want you to live a life of peace as far as it's up to you. It's not always up to you. You can't control the behaviors of others. You can't control how they will act. You can't control how they'll respond to you. You can only control you and your actions. For me, as far as it's up to me, I'm going to be at peace with everyone. As well as I'm able. Even if that means being backstabbed periodically. By a bad faith actor. By some people who just want to watch the world burn. But I know what kind of world I want, and I'm going to do my part to see it realized. Will you do yours? This concludes my talk for tonight. Thank you for being a part of this thing. Thank you for your consideration. Thank you for wrestling with hard, scary ideas. Thank you for your patience with me. I've inevitably screwed things up. Of course I have. I'm human, same as you. And I will screw up yet more. My hope is that you'll be patient with me when I do. I am the chief disappointment around here. First to myself, then certainly to others. It is my sincere hope that you will extend to me grace when, not if, when I screw things up. But the kind of person I want to be, the one where that's the exception, and where my outward mindset to serve others is the chief thing, the chief outworking of my efforts. That's the chief facet that people know is Gus tries really hard and succeeds some of the time, indeed. And he's not going to be the one to draw first blood. Didn't even get into the Scarabus tonight. One more pour. One more. One more splash. Gonna raise a final glass to you. No raid tonight. You guys know I don't like to raid out of the seriousness. Reserve that for some of the silliness. That's tomorrow. Both times. I'll be streaming twice tomorrow. Tomorrow morning is a Just Chatting. And if you've got any of these ideas, if you've got comments or remarks that you want to bring up, tomorrow is not dedicated to silliness. It's dedicated to you. It's a Just Chatting session in the morning. It starts at 10 a.m. Pacific, okay? So 10 a.m., be there. And if you've got questions about this, comments, concerns, criticisms, heckling, well, bring it. Copy your remarks. If you already put them in chat, and I didn't see them because I'm not seeing chat tonight, obviously, bring them there. And I will see all of tomorrow's chat, baby. I'm really good about seeing all of the chat every other day of the week, just not this during the lecture portion. So bring your questions tomorrow. If you want to wrestle with them in good faith. I always say that Twitch chat isn't the best medium for that, but we can at least get a head start. I can at least point you in the right direction, or I can at least get you help and start getting you plugged into a proper medium for such things. So tomorrow morning, then tomorrow evening, 5 Pum Pacific, 5 to 9 Pum. I'm playing Minecraft. Not Minecraft, don't get it twisted. This one's mine. Hashtag BYOC, bring your own craft. And that's what we're going to do. Next stream after that is Tuesday in it. We're going to be playing some Apex. That's all the stuff. That's all the things. Again, big thanks to all the people who've sponsored this project, everybody who makes all this possible. Any good that comes from this project can be traced right back to all of you guys who've sacrificed to give us that, to give us the space, to give us the time, to give me the latitude to lecture about scary things that no one wants to talk about, no one wants to lecture about, no one wants to sit in, nobody wants to... Again, this is not the sexy stuff. This is not me promising to snap my fingers and make all your problems go away. I'm the opposite of a politician. I'm the one saying, nope, it rests on you and I'm helpless to do your part. Because I'm telling you the truth. So thank you to everybody who has stepped up to support this thing regardless of how difficult it is. Especially big thank yous to Aki, Dano, Duckling, Leanne, Goose, Kira, Abby, Tink, Helly, May, Karma, Pri, Retro, Rick, Ryan, Mouse, Trosky, Pell, CJ number 1, and Zen. Thank you guys. And to all of you who have been here on a Friday night, when you guys could be any old where doing any old thing, but instead you chose to wrestle with difficult ideas and watch me point my friggin' meat hook in your general direction with a bunch of accusations and some unkind ones at that. That is no small thing. It's a remarkable thing to be surrounded by such a caliber of human, and I am grateful for it. So it's to you, that remarkable sort, that I get to raise my final glass. Cheers to you. Thank you, dear friends. What will it look like? What will it look like in the streams ahead? Tomorrow morning for who knows what we'll get up to with the Just Chatting. Tomorrow night with the Minecraft. Tuesday in it with the Apex. Another talk next Friday. What does it look like to get plugged into the Mafia life? Follow on Rumble. Like the video. Watch all the shorts that are rolling out on Rumble and YouTube. Follow on Twitch. What does it look like to usher in this kind of world? Come and see. Come and see. And as ever, I will strive to see that it's a decision that you don't regret. In the meantime, I wish for you each marvelous evenings, mornings, wherever ye be. And I will see you on the other side.